With blood and rage of crimson red, ripped from a corpse so freshly dead, together with our hellish hate, we'll burn you all. That is your fate.
This is Red Lantern Russell from
Tomes of Evil,
and you're listening to Sector 2814, a Green Lantern podcast.
Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to make sure you know all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on all new episodes of Wade's World, Boob Windows and Long Boxes, our Hard R movie reviews, and so much more, all completely uncensored. Access starts for as little as $1 a month, full videos when you pledge $3 a month. Check us out at the link in all of our show notes, or just go straight to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
no evil shall escape my sight,
but those who worship evil's might.
Beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Guy Gardner podcast. I am Phil. Joining me as always, Master of the Board is.
I'm Will, hey everyone.
And, man, you know we're leather jacket in the 90s. It is.
Uh-oh, did he freeze?
Oh yeah, this is Matt. Where's my cowboy boots at? Uh-oh.
I didn't see
my cowboy boots. Where are my Uggs? Let's see, guys. I did see myself spin out, but I heard it fine. So.
Okay, that's cool. As long as you hear it. I thought he was making a lot thinking, my leather jacket. All right, so, and I know after what we had last week, people are clamoring for more, but sadly, Lil Hellfire said no Funko feedback this time. Next week, because she sent me a picture. I think she has an Alan Scott coming, I think. So, yes.
Funko Frenzy. We'll wait for her to get more, and then she can give us the whole rundown.
So next week, kids, perhaps more Funko feedback. Although I did tell her about Sunday night, Kona, so I was like, if you have any Spider-Mans you want to send feedback for, she's like, if. Oh,
I bet she does.
Literally, I can't remember the exact number. She has over 100 Funkos.
Wow.
That's what happens when you just live alone with a bunch of dogs. Yeah. All right. So, okay. I know what I wanted to talk about. On Saturday, me and Love had a monthly talk with Mr. D.G. Chichester, comic book writer, editor. Because remember, we had a question, how did you decide who gets an annual? We were like, is it sales? And he kind of said no. He didn't go into too much detail, but it kind of seemed like it was a combination of what they go to which editor and, which teams they can get. But, I mean, again, you kind of have to figure, if it comes down to say like a Spider-Man or a flavor of the month, they're going to go with Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, or Avengers, or Fantastic Four, the Iron Man, the Thor, the venerable titles, right?
Yeah. Although I guess if you go to some writer and say, hey kid, you want to write a one-shot Spider-Man or a one-shot, I don't know, I don't want to insult anybody, NFL Super Pro, and who's the writer probably going to pick Spider-Man? If they're not Matt Kona,
Oh man, wait till we get to the Super Pro podcast.
Oh my god, we should. I mean, how many issues was that? I think it was 12 or 13. Oh my god, we should just do a.
That many? Really? Wow, I don't know.
I can't remember, but I mean, I thought it was something or 10. I thought, but
it should have been 16. I guess, like an NFL season.
Oh, nice. I mean,
it did not make the playoffs. Take that.
Are you saying it got benched?
Yeah.
I'm ready to do a limited series just to call Kona's bluff. Okay, I looked it up. I swear we always forget.
Yeah, well, talk to me in the winter time when I have more free time.
Yes,
yeah, maybe the pensions to get a little zany.
Go and stir crazy. Okay, I looked it up. 12 issues plus one special.
Oh, but not an annual.
No,
Not an annual.
special.
I wonder how special it really was.
No, it was special. Main character, Phil Grayfield.
Weird. We've already had. Who was Rich Gannon? Wasn't Rich Gannon a character? Oh, yeah, he was.
Yeah,
in,
that was that homeless guy.
A friend of Ben Riley, Rich Gannon.
Who got killed. And
That's actually the name of a football player, but they just made up a new one for NFL Super Pro.
I was going to say, was that
wow? Who would have thought this is how we began our
Green Lantern podcast? I know, Marvel stuff. But no, even if we have to push it back to the winter, I was going to say, Kona, I want you to still keep cooking up ideas for the annual, the quarterly annual podcast.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I told you that I when I went to that con a few days after we had talked about this, I just picked up some random annuals here and there. So. I still have really not had time to read any of the comics that I bought at that con or sort through them that much, but I do have some ideas.
But yeah, just let me know and we'll do it on Patreon. So hey, sky's the limit, man. All right, so what's new? What's new, kids? I just watched the Flash season finale.
Oh, nice.
Season 7 finale. Anyone else watched anything good?
Nothing is new for me. I've been in the same holding pattern as last week. I'm just
work.
I haven't watched Loki. I haven't watched Black Widow. I haven't watched The Flash. I'm still not caught up on the '90s Flash. I'm on disc 4.
Any Green Lantern news this
I
week?
don't think so. Again, it's Tuesday night, so I didn't grab my comics yet, but I don't think let me double check. I don't think there's any Green Lantern out this week. Nah. Superman and the Authority. You know what does come out tomorrow, kids. And I'm gonna have to send feedback for Moon Knight #1.
Who?
Oh, damn.
Oh, did you say who?
What the F?
The 74 copies of Moon Knight #1.
All the different covers.
All the variant covers, yeah. Oh, it's not DC, but you know what? Close to us, the next Guardians of the Galaxy issue comes out tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Very cool.
Yes. Yeah, Kona, the next Guardians of the Galaxy comes out tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So.
That's good.
Hopefully some Quasar fun.
That's building towards the Annihilation.
Is that the first part of
or whatever it's called?
That might even be the first part.
I think it is. Well, it's a crossover with a few different books, right? It's at least the first Guardians interaction.
Well, when they reboot Cable, I think, Cable Reloaded #1's going to be a part of that, even though I don't think they've put out the last issue of the last series yet.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
A Thor annual. Because I think it's part of the Infinite Destinies, where it's like...
Oh, right. All those Infinites are all... That's actually kind of like a classic throwback to the annual thing. I read the Captain America one.
Oh, that was good, yeah, because all the Infinity Stones are now bonded to, human beings.
Yeah.
And Cap and Black Widow and his annual were trying to stop the guy with, the Time Stone. He kept, freezing time, and Black Widow just told Cap, she's like, why don't you leave town while I take care of this? Meaning, kill the guy. It's like, nah, it's okay. There was a Spider-Man annual, Black Cat annual was in there, Iron Man annual was Iron Man was the first one, I think. But yeah, I forget. I think all in all, it's 7 or 8 parts.
Cool.
But if you want,
that's long for even an annual. But,
yeah, I was gonna say. We could hit that eventually. But yeah, Kona, when we start this thing, I want some '90s goodness. Either late 80s or 90s.
That's what I think of when I think of annuals, but
Atlantis attacks, Evolutionary War.
I was going to say, is he going to go for a small, 4-part annual crossover? Or is he going to just go right for a big, so Evolutionary War?
Citizen Kang.
Citizen Kang.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you
that's kind of topical too.
I was gonna say, if everyone did one of those big, huge ones like Evolutionary War, we'll just like split the workload. You know, like I'll read this many annuals, you read those.
Yeah.
You know, someone can take X-Men, someone can take Avengers.
Yeah. And we could rate our favorite pinups too. You know, and
who had the best backup stories?
Yeah.
Atlantis attacks were just crazy. Me and Lilith just had a couple of Atlantis attacks. I forgot how crazy that was.
You know, it's too bad.
Did you cover that?
We did the Spider-Man annuals and the Daredevil annual. I mean, the Amazing Spider-Man. It was guest starring She-Hulk, and they were fighting Abomination, drawn by Rob Liefeld.
Right. Yeah, that's a rare Liefeld as Spider-Man artist.
So I mean, it wasn't bad, but just don't look at the feet.
You know, there needs to be a Star Blast annual because we can publish it now, and it would make perfect sense with the checklist back in the 90s because it was wrong anyway.
Oh,
yeah.
The fair. Hey, I mean, they put stuff out years later to the very last Secret Wars 2 annual. Oh my God, yes, put out the annual.
Oh right, yes.
Be like, yeah, kids, because no one demanded it. The last part of Star Blast.
That's right.
AKA the Quasar annual.
Yeah. And he never got an annual. That's annoying. That still annoys me. I know we talked about it earlier, but 5 years, no annual.
You would have thought Grunwald would have pushed for that, unless he was just too busy, or
I don't know.
So I'm trying to remember. I think Captain America got annuals when he was on the book, but I don't know if he wrote them.
I don't know. That's something I'll have to look that up. I bet he wrote some of them. I mean, he was.
Maybe it's his summer vacation. I don't know, but I would think that he would write at least a big main story or something.
Coda's like, I stayed conscious for this.
I know. 1 sec.
But you didn't see Black Widow yet, did you, Will?
Not yet, no. Thinking that the kids were going to be at the house and we were going to try to see it this weekend, but maybe next weekend. We'll see how it works out.
Yeah, it's good.
I've heard it's really good.
Oh, it's good. Black Widow, yeah. I don't know. Since I'm getting out of work early on Friday, I told Luca we might go to the movies. I was like trying to see what was playing. I was like, "Ooh, Snake Eyes comes out this weekend."
Oh, nice.
So might go see that. I'm curious because I think they're trying to reboot G.I. The whole G.I. Joe movie universe with that. So it's his origin story.
Yeah.
Kind of like the soft reboot they did with Bumblebee.
Yeah, I think, yeah, yeah. And then, what is it, August 6th or 7th, whatever that weekend is, The Suicide Squad comes out.
Yes.
But I think that's just going to be an HBO Max watch.
Yeah. You don't have high expectations for it because the director...
Yeah, I mean, if it's good, it's James Gunn, but I was just always worried about that DC stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess people were already on the internet complaining because, okay, at least we're on DC now. I mean, I saw people are complaining because, they're in the trailer or whatever. They say Bloodsport took out Superman with a kryptonite bullet or whatever. It's like, that's from the comics, you idiots.
Yeah.
It's comic accurate, man. It's like from back in when John Byrne was writing Superman.
That was a little while ago.
And then there was just a commercial on for it during the Flash, and I heard, what song was playing? It's like again. I don't know if he's gonna do like he did what Gunn's gonna do with Guardians of the Galaxy and just have old music through it and stuff. And
yeah,
it's basically gonna be, I think, Earth Guardians of the Galaxy. Although it's rated R, so I'm just wonder how violently some of these people are going to die because they, I think all the taglines are don't get too attached to any of these characters.
Yeah,
I think King Shark eats a guy.
I'm pretty sure Harley Quinn will probably survive.
Probably,
probably, maybe.
I mean, I guess they'll keep what's his face Bloodsport alive, just because Will Smith's no longer attached to the property.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what was I listening to? It might have been Kevin Smith. I guess they were talking about, back in the day when they made The Matrix, I guess Will Smith was up for the part of Neo.
Oh.
And I guess he turned it down. No, what was he doing? Was it No, it wasn't Independence Day. It was something else. He turned it down for some other movie.
Man in Black?
Might have been. But Kevin Smith was saying, how awkward is that? He's like, when you turn it down and then you see how popular that first Matrix was, and then like your wife joins the franchise, the next movie? You're like, remember that movie you turned down? I'm in it.
Way to go.
All right. Should we get to these issues? We got 3 Guy Gardners.
Oh yeah,
I think so. These were actually, barring the first one, better, in my opinion.
We were just saying before we got on, Will, I think Gerard Jones only wrote the first one, so I guess this is the first one he jumped off of is Guy Gardner.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
It's Will Jacobs, it says, for the next 2, so.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, starting with issue 11, I think Chuck Dixon jumps on. All right, so...
Oh, yeah, because they kind of reboot, like a Guy Gardner year 1.
Yeah, I think it was 11 through 14. It's like, yeah, they showed like his kind of his origin and stuff. All right, so Guy Gardner, number 8 from May 1993. 1994 is fast approaching. Good Lord. The Lord of the Ring.
Yes.
At least there's not a lot of walking in this story.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. Writers Gerard Jones and Will Jacobs. Because I guess is he training his replacement?
I guess they were a writing team on The Trouble with Girls, so they're probably friends, or at least they know each other. They've worked together before.
So I wonder if something happened, and then Will Jacobs just had to take over for 2 issues until Chuck Dixon came in.
I don't know.
I have no idea. But penciler, of course, Joe Stanton, inker Terry Beatty, colorist Anthony Tullen, letterer Albert de Guzman, and editors Kevin Dooley and Eddie Berganza. All right, so Lord of the Ring. In front of a crowd of onlookers and reporters, Guy Gardner imprisons criminals Goldface and Repo. See the last episode. Mobbed by all the reporters, Guy grabs Bucky Sharp and Sally, his girlfriend, and flies off into his penthouse, where the 3 won't be bothered. Guy gives Sally a check that she can use to start her dream business, but all 3 of them hear a voice and turn to see Lobo on Guy's couch. Remember him from Guy Gardner Reborn, kids? Lobo tells them that he helped Guy get the ring and that their deal was that Lobo would get it. Guy begins making up excuses, but Lobo gets up and starts advancing on Guy. Guy uses his ring to create a clamp and puts it around Lobo. Guy tells Sally and Bucky to run. As they do, Lobo breaks out of the clamp. Guy throws a nearby decorative sculpture at Lobo, but the Zarian smashes through the object with ease and tackles Guy over the balcony of the penthouse. The pair land in the street and Lobo punches Guy into a truck. This is what you get when you add a Lobo to a story.
Yeah.
He shows up in Superman. This is exactly what happens.
Yeah.
Guy.
Yeah, the dialogue, like the fight itself, kind of fun, but it's just sort of repetitive. You're a loser. I'm not a loser. No, you're a loser. Over and over again.
I mean, I don't know how many Lobo stories you've read, Matt, but I hate to break it, but you're not getting a deep story when Lobo shows up. Even in his own book, you're not getting a deep story.
You make a good point, because I have not read a lot. I was always fascinated by the character and the frickins, and just
Bastich.
It always felt like Bastich. I always felt like it was like more of like an adult comic, and there was probably I don't know, and I just didn't read it that much. But yeah, he would pop up and stuff from time to time.
Yeah, I didn't read a ton of his book either, but yeah, it's like I said here, like he like appeared in Superman and always like turned into like a Punch Out.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be the thing. I want to lock Lobo. That's the comic. You lock Lobo in a room with Mike Tyson.
Yeah, or put him as a playable character in the Mike Tyson's Punch Out
Yes.
Nintendo game.
Yeah, so he punches Guy into a truck. Guy uses his ring and drops the truck he landed in on Lobo. Lobo rips it apart, and Guy begins throwing nearby items such as lampposts and street signs at Lobo with his ring. Lobo catches the items and throws them aside. Guy begins lobbing cars at him, but he just knocks them aside. Before Guy can react, Lobo tackles him and begins punching him repeatedly. However, he lets Lobo hit him some more, long enough for him to grab the manhole cover next to them and take it off. Water ejects from inside the hole and sends Lobo into the air. Lobo begins falling towards Guy again, but Guy makes a giant fist with his ring and punches Lobo into a condemned building. As Lobo recovers, Guy forms a massive hammer with his ring and bashes the building, collapsing on Lobo.
The building was condemned, by the way. It said so in a sign on the front.
Yeah, so it had to have been empty. There's no way there could have been like homeless people in there or nothing.
No, not at all.
Lobo climbs out of the mound of rubble and punches Guy into the street. Guy gets up to defend himself, but Lobo hits him again. We should have kept count. It's like how many times are we get hits, hits, punches.
It's a good thing it's not a drinking game. We'd all be plastered at this point.
If you're listening to this, Lilith, at some point, take a drink.
Yeah.
Guy gets up to defend himself, but Lobo hits him again and knocks him into a construction site where he lands in a pile of girders. Guy uses his ring on the girders and ties Lobo up in them. Lobo breaks out of the girders and comes at Guy again, but Guy forms a rocket with his ring and rams it into Lobo. The rocket flies into the sky, carrying Lobo with it. However, Guy's ring fizzles and dies. Lobo falls back to Earth and crashes into the ground. Lobo gets up and demands the ring from Guy, but Guy refuses to give it up. Lobo begins raining punches on him, and finally begins forcing the ring off Guy's limp hand. Don't you hate when that happens?
He goes limp in my grip.
Yes, limp. Just then, the Garners of the universe show up and offer to buy the ring from Lobo for 50 wubs in jewels. Lobo agrees, accepts his money, gives them the ring, and drives away on his space hog. Sally and Bucky help Guy to his feet, and Guy tells them how he plans to rebuild his business. So, did this just smack of a video game to you? I mean, just the punching, it's like property damage, and it's like, we will buy the magic ring for 50 wub.
It was very much I'm not a huge Lobo fan just because.
Yeah.
But.
Too deep for you?
Yeah, it's too deep. Way too deep for me. But it's. At least we kind of got some movement along, hey, what charges the ring? Right? How does the ring work? So we got a little bit toward that, and then we get it answered in the next issue or the issue after next.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
I think it's next issue. I think we get it in 9.
I was going to say I read these all together, so kind of blur together. And meanwhile, poor Superman's battling in the afterlife.
Yeah. There were some pretty cool ads, for Superman. There was a Steel ad, I think, in there, too.
Is there? Because isn't this...
Yeah, where it's just the outline of the character. It may have been the next issue.
Well, yeah, because Reign of the Supermen is about to start, and Nightfall is starting. But a character is important when someone says their name and it's their logo.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
I speak in logo.
Lobo logo.
So what do you think, Matt?
I don't know. I didn't think it was as fun as the no talking fight issue of Guy Gardner from a few issues back. I don't know. I think I already spoke my part about the repetitive nature of it, and I thought it was kind of like a weird thing at the end where I don't know. I was confused. I don't know if I was rushing through because I was reading it between my tours during work today, but I was confused. Like Lobo didn't want the ring, and then he was going to sell the ring to the aliens at the end, and then just kind of didn't. And then Guy Gardner was left with it. So I don't know. You said this was the writer's last issue with this for a little while. Do you think he phoned it in? Do you think I just didn't understand it correctly? I don't know, but
I just wonder if he knew he was out the door. He's like, let me tie up that Lobo thing.
Yeah. I mean, it was maybe just guest shot fun. I don't know. Didn't move the earth for me, but it did move the streets around during the
and some buildings and construction sites.
Yeah. During the violent engagement, right?
Yeah, I'm just looking because I wonder if he knew he was going off the book because like next issue box it doesn't say anything about Jones leaving. So
did this issue? Did Guy answered the email? I mean the email answered the fan letters, right? And the next one Guy he didn't. I think they just had a preview of the cover.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, there's letters. Yeah, there's letters in this one. Yeah. But yeah, no. So yeah, next issue, because next issue, The Secret of Guy's Ring.
Yeah.
And I had an outline of Superboy.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because Reign of the Superman. All right, so should we get to the next one?
You bet.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think the synopsis for either of these is that big. All right, so Guy Gardner, number 9 from June 1993. I think it's pretty much the same team, except it's just, Will Jacobs by himself, writer. The Medusa Plague. Alright, settle in. The Palindrod-Nilaps recruit Guy to help them with a war. Boodikka also shows up to help, and she and Guy end up getting into a fight. Hope I didn't take some.
This is my surprise face.
All right, so was that the secret of Guy's Ring? So what? Guy's getting I don't know. What do we think of this? It's
it was what's going on. He's basically thrown into it without the ring, and this one felt a little more heroic Guy than angry buffoon Guy, I guess.
Well, was that because we switched writers?
I think so. I do.
I think that's a good indication. But I think Guy Gardner, he has a soft spot for little weird things, as we have learned with his friendship with Gnort.
Hey, he even takes Boodikka shopping.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Gets his ring recharged.
Yep. Hey, I don't remember feeling that much power. I know, but does he still get it though? Because he's just like, wait a minute. I don't see him say, "Oh, hey, it must be a Green Lantern ring."
Yeah, because he says when Kilowog scanned it, it got power again. I think that's toward it's not too long after Boodikka shows up, I think.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the last page, there is no letters. It's the big preview for the next issue. Plus, it even says, next month, I guess, a big announcement about my future.
Yeah.
So I wonder if, maybe, if Jones went off, just suddenly for some reason, and then, maybe Will Jacobs had, the plot and just, just to be able to work from the plot for 2 issues.
That's certainly possible, but, I guess only the editor would know at this point. The editor was, Kevin Dooley, I think?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I wonder if, maybe was Jones working on other things like Trinity, which we'll get to in a few weeks.
Oh, yeah.
And then, just never came back. Because, again, June 93 for issue 9, so.
Emerald Twilight is coming.
Or he was getting writer's cramp from putting all that text in Mosaic.
Mosaic, yeah.
Oh, man.
But yeah, thoughts on this thing? It's an entertaining enough story, but even from issue 1, it's I I don't want to say what does Guy do, but I mean, besides capture, we're 9 issues in, and besides like capturing like Goldface, what has he done? Besides you get like in meaningless brawls with like Hal Jordan and Lobo. You know, it's like it was he's like the poster boy for the 90s. He's like, yeah, I'm angry. And I'm wondering if this book was selling, because is that why we've done so many so many guest stars and stuff?
I don't know. I mean, it's...
So, I mean, Kilowog showed up, Hal Jordan has showed up, Boodikka has showed up, Lobo has shown up.
I mean, it was...
It
was almost like, you know, Green Lantern kind of epitomized the 90s DC in all of its aspects. You know, Mosaic was Vertigo-ish. Green Lantern was the superhero book, and Guy Gardner was the anti-hero,
the 90s,
90s book. So it's all written by the same guy.
Yeah, I just wonder what the numbers on this were, because that's why they did Emerald Twilight, because Hal's book wasn't selling. So again, that's why. What were Guy Gardner doing?
I've got a book that lists a lot of sales numbers. I'll have to see if I can find that somewhere. I think I meant to do that before, and I haven't found it yet. So I will look for that.
Very good. Any other thoughts on this, Matt?
No, I don't know. I mean, I thought it was kind of cool. I mean, I could see how they're spinning into a different direction and putting him in a somewhat familiar position where he's not a lantern and he's at the disadvantage of having no power in his ring and being confused about it again. But he is protecting faraway lands. You know, he got teleported there, and so it's kind of a best world. It's almost like he's doing things on his own terms, but being forced to do it by these pushy how do you say it again? Palindromiacs or something?
Yeah, something crazy.
Something like that.
Yeah.
His pals. We'll just call him his pals.
Palindronilaps.
Yeah. And I like that there was also he was butting heads with the greatest heroes of all the other planets too. You know.
Yeah.
They're all kind of forced to team up and see how it goes.
You know what would have been funny if, like, he realized, his ring charges off all Green Lantern energy, so he's like, oh god, I can't believe I'm going to do this, and he, like, just, like, invites Gnort to, like, live with him and, like, to be a sidekick and stuff, just so he could, like, feed off the green energy.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
But, this is... I really like this because for me at least, him becoming a Green Lantern again in Rebirth was just, an awesome kind of scene, because I feel like it wasn't just it wasn't just Rebirth for Hal, but it was Rebirth for a lot of those characters, so that they could move forward, into some really awesome stories.
Yeah, I'm curious, like, when we get the Guy Gardner, when the title goes to the title Guy Gardner Warrior, when he loses the ring and, gets those other weird powers, and because I never really read those, the only time I really read him was, like, when he showed up in, like, regular Green Lantern book with Kyle and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
0 hour. Alright. Anything on this, or should we get to the last one?
Yeah, might as well.
Let's wrap it up.
One of the characters, Buck50, BUK50, Buck50.
Buck50.
I was going to say, was it the price of the book? But no, this was $125.
That's a less catchy name for a character.
Yeah.
Unless he's like a Spanish character. $1.25.
Buck and a quarter. Alright, so Guy Gardner number 10 from July 1993. Same team as the last issue. Title Manifest Destiny. Fancy title for Guy Gardner, though.
Exactly.
Alright, another long synopsis here. Guy continues his war against the Ophidians, which ends with him going solo again.
Oh, that's it? Nice.
Yep.
I thought it was kind of nice that he unentangled himself from all of the stuff that was going on. You know, the Gardners of the universe, paid off his debt for the ring to them and all that. So he was a free agent again, so that, you know, we don't have all of the entanglements from the first, you know, 9 issues, basically.
Yeah. I just wonder too if it's like they were just like they were kind of resetting, you know, get rid of all the stuff just because there's a new writer and stuff coming on, and
you know, maybe taking a much different approach, because a lot of this book was slapstick. I mean, it was just straight up comedy, right? It was sight gags.
Yeah.
It was, you know, so
constant references to a grandmother's grave.
yeah.
My bloody grandmother's grave. She said like a couple of other times.
Boodikka.
So, you know, trying to, I guess, move the character forward. And I feel like these were probably some of the stronger Guy Gardner issues that we've read, at least in my opinion.
Yeah. Because again, there's almost like he almost has like a purpose, you know, rather than just like, oh, you know, got to get over on Jordan or
Yeah.
He's not driven by spite.
Mm-hmm.
He even says it in the end of the issue. He's like, I wanted to do this. I feel good about it, you know. And then he sort of mentions, I could be a hero or make money too, but still, you know.
Well, and even the Guardians are like, you know, when Boodikka talks to him, it's like, hey, we know, but just leave him alone. He seems to be doing the good work. So, you know, let's just let him do his thing.
Yes. Because Boodikka even said, I guess they were thinking about taking that ring from him, and they're like, no, he seems to be, you know, working the same way we are. Just let him go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, next issue box. Yeah, because they're doing next 11 through 14 is year 1, because that was the 25th anniversary of Guy Gardner.
Wow. 1969? No. Yeah, 69, I guess, is when he first appeared.
What is this? 90?
That's 94 or 93?
Well, the book is 1993, so
It'd been 68 then, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Even though he spent a lot of those first few years in a coma, yeah.
Right.
A whole lot of years in a coma.
Yeah, because they didn't bring him back till around Crisis. That was the 80s, so.
Yeah, it was like, well, wasn't he given a tale where he fought that evil magic dragon, like in his subconscious or something, in the 150s or something?
Something like that, yeah. Because I mean, when he first became Green Lantern, he can get hit by a bus, and then later on he comes back, then a battery explodes in his face or something.
Or something, yeah, something like that. Oh, and did you see all of the editor's notes was it last issue?
Oh, there was so many.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which was awesome. I love editor's notes. Too great.
Oh yeah, they give you a big old next issue box for, Chuck Dixon's coming. Yes, the guy who writes Batman and Detective Comics. Yes. I'm trying to see if they said anything about Gerard Jones leaving, but I don't think they do. Yeah, I don't think they even mention it. Just that all they say is, next issue, Chuck Dixon takes over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing. Wow, we got through those quick.
Yeah.
You mean there's not a lot?
All right,
of,
now let's do a Super Pro issue.
We should always keep.
Hang on,
we should always.
Let me grab mine.
Let's do a live read of issue 12.
You will never conquer the earth, Tom Brady. You mean 3 issues?
It's too late. He already has.
Oh. Too bad he's not on your team anymore.
Well, yeah, but the Earth is big. It's not just.
I know. Now he's a buccaneer.
Pirates are.
He's sailing the 7 seas.
That's right.
Pirates are.
I don't want to be a pirate. All right, so. Any other thoughts on these? I was gonna say we can always end early, like Coda, go to bed.
Thank you. No, I don't know. I thought the 9 and 10 were more fun. 8 was kind of fun. It was just dumb. I don't know. It felt like it it lacked something. But maybe that's the way Lobo always is, and I'm just a little ignorant to the ignorance of Lobo. I don't know.
Again, it's just that, everything with Gerard Jones. I mean, was he just getting burned out on all the Green Lantern stuff? Because again, I mean,
couldn't blame him if he was. Yeah.
Exactly. Just all, I mean, I guess I'm expecting more from Guy Gardner at this point, at this era of Guy Gardner than I should be.
Perhaps.
I just wanted to, see how it read with the other stuff, because, like I said, I was never, a big Guy Gardner reader, but now I see why.
Yeah. Opinion or notion confirmed. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we won't come back to Guy Gardner for a while, so because we got a lot of Hal Jordan stuff coming up. I mean, we don't get back to Guy Gardner until the other side of Trinity and Reign of the Supermen.
So what does the schedule look like for the? I mean, we hit Emerald Twilight in.
Well, like I said, Emerald Twilight will hit the podcast beginning of October, so we're probably going to record that sometime in September. So.
Gotcha. So probably mid-September.
Yeah, probably something like that. Okay, here we go. Next week, we'll cover Green Lantern 38 and 39, that Adam Strange story.
Okay.
And then in 2 weeks, Green Lantern 40 through 42, which is, the Flash issue, and then the two-part with Predator versus Terminator.
And Carol Ferris.
Yes. Then 3 weeks, Green Lantern 43, and Green Lantern Annual 2, Bloodlines.
Oh, the Bloodlines. I forgot about that crossover.
Yes. And then comes Trinity. What is it? It's 8 issues in total, I think. I split it into 2 weeks, so yes, you'll be getting 2 weeks.
That's a crossover with Legion.
Yes, it's
Dark Stars and Green Lantern.
Well,
right?
there's an actual Trinity 1 and 2. Yeah, there's 2 Green Lantern issues, 2 Legion 93 issues, and 2 Dark Star issues. So yeah. So that's why I said I kind of broke it up: 4 issues 1 week and 4 the next. So unless we wanted to do 8 in 1, we're not doing.
Excuse me.
Yeah, 2 weeks of Trinity, and then the week after those, Green Lantern Corps Quarterly 7 and Green Lantern 46, which was the Reign of the Supermen issue, and Green Lantern 47, the last regular Green Lantern issue before Emerald Light.
When does the DC Unlimited start? Does it start with Reign of the Superman?
The what?
DC Unlimited. The digital.
I'm trying to look. Oh, the regular. I'm trying to remember. I think I'm pulling it up now, but I think it was Emerald. I think it started with 48 with Emerald Twilight, but.
Oh, so it doesn't even have the 46 as part of the Reign of the Superman then?
I don't think so, but let me double check here. There we go. Here. Yeah, no, it doesn't start till 48.
Wow.
Because did Jones write 46?
I don't know. I'll find out.
I'm pretty sure he wrote 40. 47 was his last one, so he might have wrote 46. I mean, it was actually, it was the regular Green Lantern issue, so. Yeah, because like I said, Guy Gardner picks up next issue on DC Universe, yeah. Infinite.
Oh, cool.
So, to say, when we finally get back there, Russell, we can start sending feedback. Ray? Learn you something.
Let's see. It looks like, Gerard Jones, Reign of the Superman, Part 19. Death City Blast Off. By Gerard Jones, M.D. Bright, Romeo Tongal, Anthony Tollin, and Albert de Guzman. Yeah,
we'll just do a short chat on, Death and Reign of the, Reign of the Supermen. Yeah, we're not doing 19 parts.
Okay, I'm down. I'm totally okay with that.
We'll just focus on, the Green Lantern issue where Hal fights Mongol, aka one of Ray's favorite characters.
Oh, cool!
Whoa, that's pretty damn big.
All right, so should we get out of here?
Sounds good to me.
I think we better. Matt Kona fell asleep 20 minutes
ago.
I'm All right, so sorry kids, that give you lots of homework. Everything that's coming up as we march toward Emerald Twilight. So email us all your thoughts, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And again, you can send thoughts on the current issues, too. I mean, we'll chat that, too, you know. Lilith Hellfire sending Funko feedback, so. So yes, and then please follow Sector 2814 on Facebook, on Twitter. Go join the Book of Oa, our Facebook fan group. Find links to all those, links to this YouTube channel. See Matt Kona sleep with his eyes open. Links to the Patreon, links to merch, all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And please remember to support the sponsors, which is Southgate Media Group. So go check out southgatemediagroup.com. Check out the Southgate Media Group Patreon. Check out the Southgate Media Group YouTube channel. And go pick up Pod Life the book. And when you get anything on Amazon, use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. Help us support this show, the network, and that man who still wears 90s attire, Rob Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain, so says Master Doom. Mark my words.
All right, Matt Kona, where can people find you, Sans and Z's?
Find me at BED / hashtag ZZZZZ. I'm at Matt Kona. Although I just started I haven't really been working on it too much, but ironically, because I've been busy with actual work, but I just created my tour guide, Max Martial Arts on Boston Duck Tours, made an Instagram and a Twitter for him called @MMABDT. So if you want to see me tweet about historic stuff or things to do in Boston, maybe follow that. But Matt Kona is my daily dog park action updates on Instagram stories and occasional other posts, but that's about it.
See you later, bunkies!
He gives me his bone. A yin to Darkhawk's yang.
Well, all right. Master of the Core, Master of the Quantum Zone, Master of the Crossover Division. Where can people find you?
Well, you can find me at Wallred. That's at WALLRED at Gmail and Facebook and Twitter and all those places. You can also find me at crossoverdivision.com, which here's number one. Number two is currently on Kickstarter, and we have funded and are working towards stretch goals now, so that's pretty awesome. If you go to crossoverdivision.com/KS for Kickstarter, it'll take you right to it. Also, I've got Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com. By Gene Gonzalez and Russ Wooten and I, which is a fun book. And obviously, our viewers are very discerning and would love something like Quasar because Quasar is awesome. So if you want to know more about Quasar, you can always go to the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org. I am God.
Hey, boys, you look at the party? I love the party.
All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. Again, next week, 338-39. Love the footnotes, well, you're going to get the footnotes that the editor does next week.
Nice.
What is that, 60 stories?
Nice.
Issue 38-39. Well,
Adam Strange. Love Adam Strange.
I was going to say, like a year or less than a year until Twilight. All right, kids. Join us next time. And remember, it's a wild, wild Lobo world.
Watch your Lobo logos.
I am Connor from the House of L.
And I am Ray from the House of Zod.
We are two of the many, many survivors of Krypton's destruction, and we have made our home in Australia, and dare I say, have become Australians, for better or worse. But we have also decided to read Superman comics, read Superman books, watch Superman shows, cartoons, movies, basically everything Superman, and from an Australian perspective as well. Whether you're a seasoned fan, like me,
or whether you are coming in fresh, wide-eyed and wanting to learn more like me, then this podcast is for you. Join us for our bi-weekly adventures available on all good podcast catchers.
So just search for Last Sons of Krypton, a Superman podcast. We'll be coming to you from Australia or some cosmic dimension, wherever we are that week. Up,
and away.